Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting session of Hack LiveTV under the incredible initiative by Starkseek. This is where ideas turn into impact and beginners become builders. From identifying problems to pitching solutions, this series is here to guide you through it all. So gear up and let's dive into today's session. Now let's welcome Vritti Garg, a skilled UI/UX freelancer, SheFi scholar, and a lead of many tech communities to talk about UI/UX used in hackathons. Over to you, Vritti.
Hi everyone. In today's session, we will talk about how to design fast, how to design smart, and how to make hackathons look more amazing. By the end, I will also share some go to tools and hacks that will give your project an instant edge. Let's jump into Figma, the tool I recommend for hackathons. It's super beginner friendly and perfect for real time collaborations. Let me share my screen. So first you have to log into Figma page and then it will ask some basic questions. You can answer them and also skip them. It's your choice. Uh, as you can all see, I have already logged into to my Figma. So here is the create button where you will click to create a new web page. So then you can create your tools and just a sec. So yes, in the bottom of the Figma file, you can see the toolkit. Here, this is the click button, or you can see there's a hand tool where from you which you can use to press or to shift the file. As you can see, I am shifting my file here and there, and you can also minimize or maximize the file. So this is the framework which we use. In this, we can use to uh, yeah we can use different frames of phones, web, desktop, presentation, watch, or any other thing. So let me show you a sample. I am creating a desktop frame, or you can also resize the frame according to the required dimensions. From here, you can resize it. This is the position you will tell, and you can also rotate it. These are the shapes that you can use: rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, और you can say circle, polygon. अलग अलग type की आप shapes बना सकते हैं इससे. You can also add text in this, like for example, you can also color the framework. Just so first we have given the color according to our pick, and then we will add some text. Now we will add some text to it. You can you can also increase and decrease the size from here, for example like this, and also change the text font. We can also insert the pictures using drag and drop button. Like from Google, we can search, like I have already created something. So yeah, this. left panel of the Figma file is where you can see the layers and assets. In this, you can see all the different types of layer that you have used in your Figma design. For example, the pictures or the everything that you have used. For example, in this is the image that I have taken. So this is referred as image 3, and suppose this is the frame that I have taken also. In this, you can see the pictures. Everything has a different layer. Also, the right panel, which is here, you can resize. You can also see the alignment of the proper text, left aligned, center aligned, or right aligned. You can also change the colors. That is from here. You can add pictures. And after your design is complete, you can export it from here using in different types of file like png, jpg, pdf, and svg files. And you can also improve the quality of the your picture from, like, the 4x is the best quality that I prefer. Let me show you some example of how to drag and drop your picture. Just a minute. So suppose from here you can search any picture that you want to drag and drop. You just click it, drop it on your Figma file. Then you can also resize it according to the dis- requirements, according to your requirements. Also, you can rotate the picture. You can set it as a background too. There are different layers. For example, this you can bring the text to your front. You can move the picture backwards. You can group the things also, just like in Canva or various other things that in which we use. These are grouped. Also, the more the elements used, the more the heavy the file gets. There are limitations in this Figma file that you have to know, like you can only use maximum of 3 pages. Also, suppose there is a very good feature in this, in which is a builder.io program. In this, you can get the code of your design by clicking on it. Here are different plugins that you use. For example, I'm using builder.io, in which you can get the code of the Figma file of the design that you have made. Then here we use smart export because we want to use builder.io. In this, you can get the front end of the Figma file. So we will use smart process. It will take some time. I have taken a small layer, so it will get easier. We will control V, paste it, and then we will upload the files. It will take a little bit of time to settle down. From this, we can builder.io is a plugin that helps convert Figma design to code like React and Vue, Angular. Something went wrong. Just a sec. So from this we can convert Figma design to code like Angular or React or in many other languages. It is used to create responsive code in any framework. We can also choose the preferred styling library like Tailwind, CSS or CSS modules. The code generated, जो कोड हमारा इसमें जनरेट होता है वो ऑटोमेटिकली रिस्पॉन्सिव होता है जब हमें हमारा डिजाइन वर्क भी नहीं कर रहा होता. Also the Figma components, and from this we can also go to the repo. It's going to take some time. And after this, we will learn about lovable.io, which is also a plugin that is used to create both the front end and back end of the app just by describing what we want to do. We also use Supabase in that. It's taking a little more bit of time. I know, guys. Here it is creating the code and all the working. In the meantime, I will tell you about the laws, UI/UX laws, which are very important to know about as they will help us to make a more creative and environmental free design. Just these are the laws of UI, which is a very helpful website that helps us to explain how to design better user interfaces using simple psychological and design tools. These जो ये रूल्स होते हैं इनको हम लॉज ऑफ यूआई कहते हैं. ये हमें बताते हैं कि हम एक वेबसाइट को कैसे क्लियर और अट्रैक्टिव एंड इजी वे में हम कैसे बना सकते हैं. So there are some rules like symmetry, which helps us to perceive symmetrical elements. Rule of third, इसमें 3x3 grid को हम यूज करते हैं to create a more attractive web page. कलर थ्योरी डिफरेंट हमें जैसे कलर कॉम्बिनेशन जो हम यूज करते हैं डिफरेंट टाइप के ताकि हमारी वेबसाइट या वेब पेज हमारा यूआई बहुत ज्यादा अट्रैक्टिव लगे. तो हम इससे अपना वो देख सकते हैं कि किस हिसाब से हमारा माइंडसेट परसीव करेगा टू क्रिएट मोर अट्रैक्टिव वेबसाइट. देयर आर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ रूल. फॉर एग्जांपल क्लोजर हेल्प्स अस टू हमें ये एक कंप्लीट शेप जैसे अगर हम इरेगुलर सर्कल भी बनाएंगे तो इट विल हेल्प अस टू परसीव इट एज अ फुल सर्कल. फिट स्लो जो हमारे बटन्स को बिग एंड क्लोज करता है. इट हेल्प्स अस टू क्लिक. एंड देयर आर डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट लाइब्रेरीज जिससे हम इजीली अपना कर सकते हैं. वेदर विगेट्स होते हैं जो हमें बिना विदाउट एनी बैकएंड वी कैन यूज देम. हमें ये ऑलरेडी हमारा रिएक्ट जेएस और टेलविंड सीएसएस से बन रखे होते हैं ये सारे हमारे विगेट्स. टर्मिनल विंडोज, गिटहब विजेट, टेस्टिमोनियल स्लाइडर, and there are some UX laws also. The laws of UX is also a very important website to know about how to perceive design more psychologically. They are not just design trends but real human behavior principles that make our interfaces easier to use and more user friendly. How users behave and how we can design better interfaces by understanding their minds. It is visual. It's backend by psychology. ये already backended होता है कि हम अपने mind को कैसे perceive करें. And it's super easy to learn and apply. There are some laws like aesthetic usability, which helps us to perceive a design more aesthetically and more usable. Choice overload, जब हमारे पास बहुत सारी choices होते हैं, it becomes very difficult to choose what choice we want to use. So it helps us to understand that chunking it is a property in which we divide the design into small chunks, which makes it easier to perceive it. कॉग्निटिव बायस, इट इज अ सिस्टमैटिक थिंकिंग एरर्स, ये हमारे डिसीजन मेकिंग को इन्फ्लुएंस करता है. कॉग्निटिव लोड, इट इट इज समथिंग लाइक मेंटल एफर्ट रिक्वायर्ड, कि हमारा ईज ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग वो इंक्रीज करता है. These rules helps us to understand how real people interact with our design, so we can make better decisions about layout, color, buttons, menus and more. If अगर हम इन सारे rules को follow करेंगे तो हमारा डिजाइन जो है बहुत natural होगा और easy to use होगा guys. Also, these are the designs. We can also use Figma library. Figma community. From this, we can use the assets easily without any burden and without any pressure. Suppose we are making a tourist app or tourist website, so we will search here. We will get different prototypes of apps and websites. So just choosing anyone to use them. So we can use the assets from here also to make our website more creative. Suppose you are using this picture. We will paste it here. We can use many more different assets from the component library that is known as Figma community. Also, the builder.io has created our code. From here you can see हमारा जो कोड बन गया है, हम इससे अपनी रेपो भी बना सकते हैं, इसे गिटहब के थ्रू हम रेपो में लिंक भी कर सकते हैं. And also we can see the code of the file that we have made. This is the code. हमें इसमें कोड बनाने की कोई नीड नहीं है, क्योंकि इसने ऑलरेडी हमारा कोड बना दिया, एक ईज कर दिया है. फ्रंट एंड से इसने ऑलरेडी कनेक्ट कर दिया यूजिंग CSS and Tailwind. We can also connect it to the backend. But I will show you like by clicking here. Builder.io. We will choose classic export instead of smart export because it also includes lovable. इससे हमारा बैकएंड हमारा इजी हो जाता है, बैकएंड में भी ये बना देता है, कन्वर्ट कर देता है इजीली. जितनी हैवी हमारी फाइल होगी उतना ये टाइम लेगा लोड होने का, तो इसलिए आई हैव टेकन अ स्मॉल फाइल rather than a big file. Just a sec guys, it's loading. So we will choose our preferred version. I am choosing the second one. We will open in Lovable. It's taking a little bit of time. हमारा lovable.io वो भी एक प्लगइन है जो बोथ बैकएंड और फ्रंट एंड को हेल्प करता है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया. ये हमारा डिप्लॉय भी करता है प्रोजेक्ट यूजिंग गिटहब एंड ऑनलाइन भी कनेक्ट करता है इसको. हाँ, इसमें अपने टेम्पलेट्स भी बना सकते हैं. लॉन्च प्रोजेक्ट. It's creating the code and our app. So as you can see here, from here we can publish our project. From here we can connect it to the Supabase. This is the code of our backend, of the backend used to create this page. We can also invite collaborators, and we can also ask the Lovable to improve our design, but there is a restriction that we can only ask 5 questions per ID. From the Figma community, so guys, from here, this is the Lovable. Actually there was an error on my side. So you can see the project. From here we can publish the project. From here we can manage the Supabase. From here we can invite the collaborators that we want to invite. We can also view the code of our file. This is the code that has been used to create the backend of the project. We can ask the questions here, or ask it to improvise the code by asking our, or improve the design. But here's a restriction that we can only ask 5 questions. So from Figma community, these two. From Figma community, you can also decide the templates that you want to use, or any other, from writing the keyword of your project. For example, if we want to create a project on Squid Game or any other movie type, so we can write the keyword here. For example, like Squid Game, we are writing only. So we will get different templates that we can use. For example, we want to use these guards. Open in Figma. The page is loading. Control C. We will copy the element and then we'll paste it. On our file that we are using. As and more. जैसे जैसे आप बहुत सारे एलिमेंट्स डालते रहोगे, आपकी फाइल हैवी होती रहेगी एंड इट विल लैग. So here we will get the prototype. How is from in the right hand side, as you can see, prototype of our design. And when your design is fully complete, you will export it. You can also add collaborators by sharing the link of this file and by giving the access to them. If you want to spotlight yourself, you can spotlight from here. You can also search the assets from here. Suppose you want to add a comment box, you will get it from here. Overall, the Figma file helps you to create a more motivational design. And you can also comment out if you want like your other collaborators to see what you want them to edit. You can also comment here by writing some of the text and they will be able to see it. So like you have already seen that there are various this is something that you just a sec. So Figma isn't just a tool you can use, it's a superpower that helps you turn the ideas into real, tangible and clickable designs fast. अगर हम कोई भी freelancing work कर रहे हैं, it helps us to create a very beautiful design without any effort. मतलब effort लगता है but comparative कम लगता है. It's a fast paced project and it helps us to create, collaborate and communicate our ideas very beautifully. और हमें इसमें कंसिस्टेंट रहना चाहिए ताकि हमारी इसको अच्छे से करने की आदत लग जाए. Also, we have to create something like more beautiful through these. My advice to is start small, stay consistent and हमें कभी भी clean design की power को underestimate नहीं करना चाहिए. And that's it from my end. Thank you so much for joining me. I will now give the mic to Saksham to continue forward.
And that's a wrap for today's power packed informative session. A big thank you to our amazing speaker, Vritti Garg, for sharing such valuable insights on designing. And to all the participants out there, keep building, keep exploring, and stay tuned for the next Hack Live TV session. Let's continue shaping the future right there from Bihar. Thank you and see you again in the next session. Bye bye.